You're now entering the gutter-free music zone.
Never get them twisted, that's just how it goes.
100% positive hip-hop and R&B. Brought to you by GutterFreeHipHop.com.
I dedicate this song to recession, depression, and unemployment. This song's for you.
Today's a new day, but there is no sunshine. Nothing but clouds, and it's dark in my heart, and it feels like a cold night. Today's a new day, but where are my blue skies? Where is the love and the joy that you promised me? Tell me it's alright.
I'll be honest with you.
I almost gave up, but a power that I can't explain fell from heaven like a shower now.
When I think how much better I'm gonna be when this is over.
Smile, even though I hurt, see I smile. I know God is working, so I smile. Even though I've been here for a while.
What you do?
I smile.
Come on and
Smile. It's so hard to look up when you've been down. Sure would hate to see you give up now.
God's people.
You look so much better when you smile. So smile.
Now every day ain't gonna be perfect, but it still don't mean today don't have purpose. Come on.
Today's a new day, but there is no sunshine. Nothing but clouds, and it's dark in my heart, and it feels like a cold night.
It ain't easy, but
Today's a new day, but tell me where are my blue skies?
where is that love, y'all?
Where is the love and the joy that you promised me? Tell me it's alright.
The truth is,
I almost gave up, but a power that I can't
that
explain
Holy Ghost power, y'all.
fell from.
his isn't.
Good morning, everybody. I want to thank you all for being here today. We appreciate it. I'm going to turn the microphone over to our Empress of Ceremonies, Miss Felicia Blake.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Welcome to African Liberation Day ceremony for 2026. The theme is United Africa is a shining black star, our star of destiny and for humanity. So we'd like to open the ceremony with the traditional African way with the conch blower. And the conch blower is Jason Mead. He's Jason Mead Sr. He's a cultural traditional artist, and he's a business person too. Please stand. Ashe.
Ashe. Ashe.
I am going to be your Empress of Ceremonies today. My name is Felicia Blake, and I do a lot of cultural celebrations. I'm a member of the Pan-African Support Group. We're going to start with the Virgin Islands March. So please stand. It's being done with with the Virgin Islands March and the Black National Anthem. The Sankofa Cultural Group will be, and we welcome you to the stage, and they are coming through right now.
trade winds bless our native land. All hail the Virgin Islands, bathing waters blue. We give our loyalty for to thee and pledge allegiance forever true. God bless the Virgin Islands. Humbly now we pray, where all mankind can join today, and friendly warmth of work and play. God bless the Virgin Islands, beautiful and tall, beneath the sunny skies. Hilltops, I own other welcome for one and all.
Wait, I think that's after.
Lift every voice and sing till the heavenlies. When the harmonies
Of liberty, let us rejoice in Christ, high as the rising sky. Let us be loud as the rolling sea. Darkness has taught us, sing a song full of the faith and blessings of
facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Stormy the road we trod, clear the chasing run. Felt in the days when hope unrolled and died. Yet with a steady breath and unweary feet, come to the place for which our parents sighed. We have come over a way that with tears has been watered. We have come treading a path through the blood of the Son. Now from the gloomy past till now we stand at last, where the white beam of our bright star is fast. God of our
Ashe. We thank you, Sankofa Cultural Group. Give them a round of applause. Next, we have, true to all African rituals, we always open with libation. And it is pouring water to the earth, but we don't really have earth in here, but he's going to pour into that. And Malachi, you want to go ahead?
Yeah. Morning. Thank you, everybody. So the name my parents gave me is Malachi Thomas. The name my initiators gave me is Oshun Dayo, and that means Oshun brings joy. So in 2019, I was initiated into the mysteries of Oshun, the Orisha Oshun, which is the Orisha of fresh water, femininity, fertility, and everything sweet that exists in the universe. And so before I begin this libation, which we call Itule, which means the cooling of the earth, I just want to frame what's about to happen. And so when coming here, I started to think, what does it mean for us to be African? What does it mean to be liberated? What does it mean to be? And I think it's important that we understand that our Africanness and our Africanity is not in relation to or in consideration of European ways of thinking and being. And so how tuned are we with our physical selves? How in tune are we with our spiritual selves, our consciousness? How in tune are we with the material? How in tune are we with the immaterial, right? These are questions and considerations daily that in the traditional sense are being answered, are being asked, and are being manipulated and negotiated. So I'm going to do this Itule in the Lukumi tradition, acknowledging God in all of its different manifestations and the different material and immaterial energies that exist in the universe. Okay? Thanks. Like Itule said, we normally, it goes on the ground, we're going to put it in this bucket to make our lives easier and clean up after. And like I said something, normally we would call, normally we would create an opportunity for everyone to call the names of their ancestors. There's a lot of people in here, so for time, when I reach to that point of the libation, I'm going to do an all-inclusive acknowledgement of my ancestors, everybody's ancestors, the ancestors of the Virgin Islands, and the ancestors that traveled across the Great Pond. Okay? Omi tutu, ile tutu, ona tutu e gungun e tutu la roye. Mojuba o lo, mojuba o lofi, mojuba o lo dumare, mojuba o, mojuba irawo, mojuba o shupwa, mojuba igbaro moli ojuko tu, mojuba igbaro moli ojuko si, mojuba o duduwa, mojuba o ramian, mojuba koda, mojuba sheda, mojuba yeye, bobo yeye, mojuba baba, bobo baba, mojuba ile, mojuba ra, mojuba ire, mojuba she, mojuba bobo oku, baba tobimi e shubi, mojuba bobo ku ayubona kami akoye olodun mojuba bobo ku oluwo ya losha baba losha baba lawembe elese olodumari batorun mojuba bobo ku ni le pimienta y coral mojuba bobo ku ti olukumi mojuba bobo ku ti lefe mojuba bobo ku Bobo Virgin Islands mojuba bobo ku emi oshundayo mojuba bobo ku iwora fashesha mile nukoshe kinka mashe baba tobi mi shobi kinka mashe ayubona kami akoye olodun kinka mashe obamiki mafo kinka mashe oluo mi fatolo kun kinka mashe obalade kinka mashe ade oni kinka mashe adebi ocha kinka mashe shangowale kinka mashe eshu laye kinka mashe ifabukola oje kemi omileye kinka mashe omisayade kinka mashe bobo iwora fashesha mile nukoshe kinka mashe mi oshundayo kinka mashe bobo eni yankapa ile egungun kiki egungun ikura afia woko piporo shube funle wo egungun ikubata itubakabanga egungun de bia ba fatorina le egungun na shede alele tole utire kojon kunkolo prado odimole
Kosi Ku, Kosi Arun, Kosi Ejo, Kosi Ofo, Kosi Osi, Kosi Fitibo, Kosi Tiatia, Kosi Bobo Arayeo Sogbo, Ire Ku, Ire Alafia, Ire Owo, Ire Omo, Ire Oma, Ire Aje, Ire Ayo, Ire Shegun, Bobo Ire Ariku Babawa, Oro Eguna.
Ashe. Ashe.
That's it.
Ashe, Ashe, Asheo.
So at the end, I didn't explain this. At the end,
we
dashed away all the negativity that exists
in
the world, and we invited all the positive things that exist. So we dashed away death, we dashed away sickness, we dashed away loss, we dashed away problems with the law, we dashed away poverty, and we invited health, long life. Ariku is actually immortality, not long life, it's immortality based on the works that we create while on earth. We do not die, we live forever. The spirit never dies. We invited children, we invited wisdom, we invited happiness, we invited wealth, and we invited victory over all obstacles.
Okay, and so the last part is to call your ancestors.
Yeah, go ahead and do it.
Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Just call your ancestors all out at once, and we'll go from there. All at once. All at once. Okay. Ashe, 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 Asheo. Give us. Next, we have the invocation by Reverend Charles Brown.
You may stand. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. No problem. First, I want to say thank you for this opportunity to represent at this auspicious occasion. I am the Reverend Charles L. Brown, Jr. I am the chaplain of the legislature, and I'm also pastor of Family of Faith, African Methodist Episcopal Church, the only African Methodist Episcopal Church on this island. Let us look to the Lord. We bless you, God, for this opportunity to fulfill the requirements of Act 5473, commemorating African Heritage Week and African Liberation Day by hosting this ceremony on Capitol grounds. In 2026, if we ever needed you, Lord, we sure need you now. We witnessed the horror of Black history being assaulted by bans on critical race theory, diversity, equity, and inclusion, the banning of books that speak to the liberation of Africans across the diaspora, the revisionist history being taught in our schools. First, they invoked your name, Lord, to violently scapegoat us based on the lie that you called them to conquer us. They masqueraded their missionary work as a holy calling, when in reality, it was the swindling of our ancestors in Africa out of our land and our people, which they enslaved and took across the Atlantic to colonize the West. They stripped us of our African names, divided our families, and created a whole social political system of disenfranchisement that we see functioning in high gear today. God, the trauma that we have endured and continue to endure manifests itself in how we are willing to hate each other and so easily disrespect and violate and appropriate the tools of the oppressor and use them on one another. Forgive us, Father, for neglecting to embrace and personify the spirit of Pan-Africanism in Edward Wilmot Blyden and the commitment to social justice and resistance in David Hamilton Jackson, in Rothschild Francis, of Anna Hegard, of Queen Mary and Queen Agnes and Queen Mathilda and so many others. Lord, when we see all of the mounting problems and the rolling backs of rights and freedoms across this nation and in our territory, we are reminded that we are not alone. For in the good book Paul wrote, we are oppressed on every side, but not crushed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. We are persecuted, but not abandoned. We are struck down, but we are not destroyed. Lord, we know that with you on our side, this time is not a time to be afraid, for you have given us not a spirit of fear, but of love and of power and of a sound mind. This is a time to fight, and fight we shall, but not with man-made weapons. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they are mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. Empower us to pull down strongholds. Revive in us a spirit of resistance as we long for liberation, in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Ashe.
Ashe, Asheo.
Asheo.
Next thing we have is we're going to read the code he talked about. The proclamation, the third week in May, as Virgin Islands African Heritage Week, whereas the ancestors of a major portion of the population of the Virgin Islands are African, and whereas these Africans were brought to the Virgin Islands by force, taken away from their homeland, family, and culture. And whereas the culture and heritage of the Virgin Islands is largely due to this African heritage, and whereas time should be set aside to remember our proud African heritage, and whereas the legislature of the Virgin Islands urges all residents to join in the observance of Virgin Islands African Heritage Week, which will serve to commemorate the evolution of the Virgin Islands through our African heritage, now, therefore, be it enacted by the legislature of the Virgin Islands. Section 1, Title 1, Virgin Islands Code, is amended by adding a new section in 1908 to read as follows. Section 1908, Virgin Islands Heritage Week and African Liberation Day. The third week in May shall be observed as Virgin Islands African Heritage Week, and the third Friday of the May shall be observed as African Liberation Day. At least 15 days prior the Virgin Islands African Heritage Week, the governor shall issue a proclamation to reflect upon African thought, African heritage. The governor shall appoint a committee each year to coordinate with the African Appraisal Workshop and other interested community groups, and to develop appropriate plans, programs, and ceremonies for the celebration of African Heritage Week in the Virgin Islands. The legislature on African Liberation Day shall hold appropriate ceremonies on the grounds of the Capitol Building, Chaltamalia, St. Thomas. Such ceremonies shall include the raising of the African Liberation Flag. Approved November 3rd, 1989. Act number 5708, Bill number 190049, to designate May 25th as African Liberation Day, be enacted by the legislature of the Virgin Islands. Section 1, Title 1, Section 192, subsection A, Virgin Islands Code, is amended by deleting the word third Friday and inserting in lieu thereof the following 25th day. Approved June 4th, 1991. That is the acts of African Liberation Day, and that is the law in the Virgin Islands. Ashe? Ashe. Now we are getting ready for the Echo people to do a heritage tribute.
Yes. Microphone. Let me everybody say Ashe.
Ashe.
Yes. First, I'd like to say our people have been trampled down ever since we left the motherland Africa. All the contributions black people have made to the world, up to now we still can't get that recognition. I must grab this up, ye mighty race. We have thrived, we have survived, we have survived, we have survived. We're here. Today's a day to celebrate, that we celebrate, that we recognize African Liberation Day. Ashe!
Ashe!
5, 6, 7, 8. And still we rise. Funga alafia, ashe, ashe. Funga alafia, ashe, ashe. Funga alafia, ashe, ashe. Funga alafia, ashe, ashe. Ashe, ashe. Ashe, ashe. Ashe, ashe. Ashe, ashe. Ashe. Funga alafia. Ashe.
Children of Africa. This is how we don't celebrate La Filia, celebration of life in the Virgin Isle. Ashe, 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 Mama, Ashe, Ashe, Mama, Ashe, Mama Africa. Ashe, 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 Mama, Ashe, Ashe, Mama, Ashe, Mama Africa. Ashe. Always remember, Ashe, 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 Mama, Ashe, Ashe, Mama, Ashe, Mama Africa. Ashe, 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 Mama, Ashe, Ashe, Mama, Ashe, Mama Africa. Ashe, 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 Mama, Ashe, Ashe, Mama, Ashe, Mama Africa. Ashe, Ashe. Ashe, Mama, Ashe, Ashe, Mama, Ashe, Mama Africa. Hey. Ashe, 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 Mama, Ashe, Ashe, Mama, Ashe, Mama.
Ashe, Ashe, Asheo. And you've been hearing this term a lot, Ashe, and it means, so be it, take it to the foot of God. It is like amen. It's Ashe, and it's an African term.
Wow. I can't hear nothing up here.
Okay, so.
1, 1, 2, 1, 2.
2.
Now it's starting to come true. We couldn't hear nothing up here at all.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you were great and fantastic. Okay, so thank you to the Echo people. You want to come and give us a little term about the Echo people and a little bit of your history, a little bit, just.
Yeah, the history of the Echo people basically from 1994. We've been a group and we've been having different individuals join the group along the way. But we carry on this struggle on every level. We defend Africa to the fullness thereof. And we're going to always be doing that. This is about us. This ain't about no other race. This is about the black race. It's over 400 years we've been trampled down and more. We can't take it no more. Only one way out of this now was and is up. We hit rock bottom. It's time to go up. The brother say, we rise. The sister say, we rise, and we continue to rise. We're coming again. We're going to run this planet again. The black people are the first on the planet. We're going to continue. We will be them first people again on the planet. We say Ashe. Happy
Ashe.
African Liberation Day.
Thank you. Okay, the next thing, we are going to have the Honorable Milton E. Potter, President of the 36th Legislature, and he's going to give us his remarks, and he is going to show you the proclamation that came from the governor.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Empress of Ceremony, Felicia Blake. Good morning, everyone. I want to just start by thanking Mr. Malachi Thomas for dashing away any negative vibes, negative spirits that might have been in these chambers. They're no longer in here. Thank you for that. Pastor Charles, thank you very much. I never clapped for a prayer before. This is the first. Your words were powerful. And to the Echo people, I could have just sit here in a chair and listen to y'all drumming all day. Powerful, I appreciate it. Let's get them a round of applause again now. Let's get them a applause. So, good morning again, fellow senators, and I have several of my colleagues here today, Senator Marvin Blyden, Senator Ray Fonseca, Senator Angel Bolquez, Senator Carla Joseph, and Senator Dwayne DeGraff, distinguished guests, and all who have gathered here in these chambers today. I want to just say welcome to you, and thank you for your commitment to ensuring that we never forget.
True.
African Liberation Day is not a relic of the past. It is a living, breathing call, a call that echoes from the shores of the continent to the shores of our territory, of these islands. And today, in this very chamber, we answer that call. On May 25, 1963, leaders of newly independent African nations gathered in Addis Ababa and declared with one voice that the time for freedom was not tomorrow, it was now. They understood that something that we here in the Virgin Islands must never lose sight of. That liberation is not simply the absence of chains, it is the presence of dignity. It is the presence of self-determination. It is the presence of a people who know who they truly are and where we come from. And where do we come from? We come from the continent of Africa. Not in a distant, abstract textbook sense. We come from Africa in our blood, in our rhythm, in the way we cook our foods and call our neighbors by name. We come from Africa in the resilience that carried our ancestors through the Middle Passage, to the Action Block, through the cane fields of St. Croix and the hills of St. Thomas and St. John. That resilience did not appear from nowhere. It was forged on a continent ancient and mighty. A continent that gave the world its first civilizations, its first mathematics, its first sense of community. I am because we are. We must never forget that. Sometimes in the busyness of our island life, we can allow distance, geographic distance, generational distance, to make us feel separate from our African brothers and sisters. But separation is an illusion. When a mother in Accra weeps for her child, something in us should stir. When a village in Nairobi rises to build something better, something in us should rise too. Because their story and our stories are chapters in the same book. A book that was written long before colonialism tried to tear out the pages. To be a Virgin Islander is to carry Africa with you. And that is not a burden, that is a crown. Today I challenge each of us as legislators, as leaders, as members of this community to honor that crown, to teach our children not just that they're Caribbean, but that they are descendants of Africa. And that descent carries with it a legacy of genius, a legacy of courage, and a legacy of an unbreakable will to be free. To look upon persons from the African continent not as strangers, but as family. Extended family, yes, but family nonetheless. African Liberation Day reminds us that the struggle for freedom is never fully finished. Here in the Virgin Islands, we know that truth ultimately. Our own journey toward greater self-determination continues, and it is strengthened, not weakened, when we stand in solidarity with the broader African diaspora and with the continent itself. So let us leave here today not merely having observed the ceremony, but having made a commitment to know our roots, to respect our roots, and to let those roots, deep, ancient, and African, continue to nourish everything we build in this territory. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and may the spirit of African Liberation Day live in our hearts for far beyond this morning. Thank you very much.
back here properly. Then I keep forgetting that I am a little shorter than other people. Okay, now we have the Bambula presentation by the Sankofa Cultural. Can we call them to the floor? And Bambula, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Bambula. Okay, so that you know, Bambula, they just swept away all the spirits and stuff. So it is a cultural dance. It comes from out of Africa, but it is our cultural dance. And it is worn, they wear white. And it is a spirit. And let's go, cultural dancers, because they are excellent and they're well trained. Ashe, ashe, asheo. Sankofa Cultural Group. Let's get them another round of applause and bring them back in.
Keep it up, man.
So, they cleared the road. We're going for our freedom. Okay, so the next person we have coming up is Lindy Wee. Sure? Lindy Wynn. I know I keep saying that wrong.
That I am. Greetings, Honorable Senators, Honorable Legislative Staff, Honorable guests, Honorable listening audience. I would like to thank the Legislature of the U.S. Virgin Islands for having long recognized the importance of observing African Liberation Day. This 36th legislature is now hosting the 37th annual African Liberation Day ceremony. Please permit me to introduce myself and explain why this day is so important. My name is Lindiwe Sewer Francis. My husband, Hectito Alamu Francis, and I are the co-founders of a nonprofit organization called Ascension Liberty, Inc. We are actively establishing direct relationships with counterparts throughout Africa. We are a part of the Emancipation Day Coalition and collaborate with the Pan-African Support Group, We Grow Food, Inc., Camp Umoja and Nia Farms, and several individual culture bearers in both districts. We serve our beloved community as we strive to nurture the next generation of culture bearers through cultural education programs for youth and families, and our annual Juneteenth, Emancipation Day, 1733 St. John Tour, and Kwanzaa community engagements. Our annual Art and Culture Juneteenth celebration was introduced 3 years ago with the support of funding from both the Community Foundation of the Virgin Islands and the Virgin Islands Council on the Arts. Side note, the legislature has also provided us with funding for which we are very appreciative. Thank you. Back to my explanation. Last year, there was significant social media discourse with many here at home and abroad opposing observing Juneteenth and the Independence Day celebrations of any country other than their own. That's like someone telling me not to acknowledge or celebrate my cousin's birthday because she was born in the BVI. Say what? Please permit me to share with you the 3 paradigms that I meditate upon to reconcile this discourse. Nations rise and fall, guilty by association, and God is faithful. Nations rise and fall. Africa was the GOAT, greatest of all time among nations. Therefore, Africa fell, long and hard. Over the course of centuries, millions of Africans were captured, enslaved, and scattered throughout the world by Arabs, then by Europeans. To keep Africa and her people underfoot, her historical record was maligned because sustaining our oppression requires belittling Africa. Guilty by association. Family names and reputations precede each of us. Some benefit from family wealth or status, Some are persecuted, imprisoned, or even killed because of family or friendship ties. All are associated one with another. No matter what we do as individuals and as communities, our freedom and image are directly linked to the freedom and image of Africa, like it or not. The intelligence, ingenuity, and grandeur, same as the pain and stress of our ancestors, remain ingrained in our DNA. We rise at times in admiration and pride. We fall at other times feeling inferior, ugly, betrayed by God. Much like we embrace the benefits of ancestral greatness, I'm Black and I'm proud. We must also accept the consequences of the sins of our ancestors. But God has not betrayed us. God is faithful. Much like the pains of childbirth have breathed life into each of us, the pains of enslavement have strategically placed millions of us throughout the diaspora for a time, such as now, to help Africa unite, to help Africa become a world power once again. God faithfully saw to it that Africa has the largest abundance of natural resources on the planet, and the human resources throughout the diaspora to conscientiously manage and sustain continent-wide production to unveil Africa's true global worth and prominence. Africa's becoming a world power is the single most important reality that will demand respect for Africans everywhere. Racism will not disappear. Actually, many more people might choose to dislike or resent us, and that's okay. We don't need others to like us. We only need to like and respect ourselves and accept nothing less than due respect. So, beloved, don't compromise. Every generation has a cause to fight. Today, all generations and ethnicities of African people throughout all the world are being urged to unite for the cause of making Africa great again. Throughout Africa, the Caribbean, across the globe, socioeconomic and socio-political paradigms are shifting. Unity, self-determination, and reciprocity are the new world order. On May 25, 1962, more than 2/3 of African countries had achieved independence. The Organization of African Unity was formed, and April 15, African Freedom Day, was changed to May 25th, African Liberation Day. In 2011, South Sudan became the last African country to gain independence. However, beginning in 2022, a new phase, a true phase of independence is underway in Africa, with Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso, Chad, and later Senegal kicking out the French to pursue sovereignty. There is a federation of Sahel states. Namibia, Zambia, and Botswana have a borderless alliance. There is an African Export-Import Bank, a Pan-African payment settlement system, a CARICOM payment and settlement system, developed to process cross-border payments without intermediaries or the use of US currency. Barbados, Belize, Dominica, and St. Vincent established free movement agreements. This administration has ambitions for direct trade with Ghana. These and more are the blueprint, the permission, if needed, for all the African diaspora to unite, to be confident that we don't need our former enslavers. Beloved, We are not inferior. We can answer the call. We can commit to cultural learning and student exchanges to combat miseducation and build respect and trust. We can form economic alliances with and without the now stronger currencies of the West to provide unconditional aid to Africa and ourselves. We can trade directly with Africa and other countries within the diaspora and strengthen and broaden the use of African currency. We can form political blocs and pressure Western governments to end imperialism, cease military occupation and destabilization tactics, and trade with Africa as an equal. The list goes on. The challenge that we face is to not simply be intoxicated by this forward and upward momentum. Yes, we need to take part in worldwide rallies like Traore Day. But every day, we need to seize the day, control the unfolding of this pivotal time in history. Now is Africa's time to be great again. Now is our time for true liberation. The God in us continues to reign supreme through our quest for universal justice and freedom. But we must act with that purpose at heart, in our prayers, in all our deeds. The Spirit of God in each of us is leading each to know who we are, know that love, justice, and freedom are here in this life, now, because we make it so. Rise above the pain, anger, and discouragement. Be uncompromisingly and unapologetically love. Be free. Be universally free. May we submit to the precepts of the Most High God and rise in the glory of God's blessings. Thank you for listening.
Give her another round of applause. Ashe, ashe, asheo. Now we're getting ready to call the dance tribute, body talk, wisdom moves. Marie, you want to give a little thing about your group? Okay. Okay.
Oh, Namakamboe. Ngai Namakamboe. Ngai Namakamboe. Uru para kileba chuliba lutua. Lutua uru wengi. Oh, Namakamboe. Ngai Namakamboe. Oh, Namakamboe. Ngai Namotema. Unu para kilemu unu badutua. Unu wengi wengi. Ngai Namotema. Unu para kileba chulilo lutua.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Oh, Namakamboe.
Yet call this sacred soil our home. Virgin Islanders, lift up your voice. Freedom was never a casual choice. It was carved through the lashes, the chains, the pains, through mothers crying in vain. There was a time our people stood. Families broken without shame. So how can we live and not recall the mighty rise after the fall? How can we dance and not give praise for those who fought to free our days? African Liberation Day is not a date that history forgot. It is the drumbeat of the free, the echoes across every sea. It is Ghana rising proud and tall. It is Haiti answering freedom's call. It is Marcus speaking through the flame, reminding us to know our name. Freedom must be celebrated loudly. Freedom must be worn proudly. Freedom is not something old. It is a miracle our ancestors sowed. So wave the red, the black, the green. Honor every struggle seen and unseen. For people once denied the sun can now rise together as one. Teach the children where we've been. Teach them that change or not pretend. Teach them liberty is sacred land that can disappear from careless hands. Virgin Islanders, remember this day, not with your silence, but with your praise for a people who once were not free should never, ever forget the gift that it is to be. Happy African Liberation Day. As we say, Ashe, 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 Ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe, 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 oh. Okay, Ago, Amen. In all languages of Africa, we are going to call our next remarks with Liba Olani, Pan-African Support Group.
Good morning.
Morning.
Buenos dias. Bien après-midi. Well, Creole speaking Haitian, you know. Greetings to one and all the senators who present, the audience, those who go sit and stream. I don't hear streaming it, but and stream. Africa and Africans, those at home and abroad will rise again. Africa and African, those at home and abroad will rise again. A paraphrasing a biblical, well, before I start it, let's give a hand to them young lady, them girls. I don't know if you all observe it, but I see the spirit of Africa in the dance and in the song.
Yes.
So imagine I'm telling the senator and government official, Department of Education in particular, teach African, Caribbean, and Virgin Island history and culture in school from K to 12 and at the university level. And you can see the dynamic of all people expressing their pride in their African identity and heritage.
Ashe?
Teach it. Paraphrasing. I ain't a minister though, but I just paraphrase something. We are not fighting against flesh and blood, right? But we are against power structures with corrupt president, prime minister, and chancellors. We are against imperialist powers, autocratic and authoritarian rulers in darkness in this world. We are against spiritual wickedness and corruption in high places. In other words, we must know who our friends and our enemies are, not only in the past, but in this time.
Yes.
And there's another biblical quote. You know the one with the stone that the builder refused? Uh-huh. But I paraphrase in this one. The continent that the Western powers abuse shall be the Hekana stone.
Yes. Ashe.
Africa and Africans, those at home and abroad, will rise again. And I get this quote, I like the teaching from our great, before it started, identity. Kwame Nkrumah said, I am not African because I was not born in Africa, but because Africa was born in me. And I'd like to read this anonymous poem. It said this, I am an African, not because I was born there, but because my heart beats with Africa. I am an African, not because my skin is black, but because my mind is engaged by Africa. I am an African, not because I live on its soil, but because my soul is at home in Africa. When Africa weeps, like Senator said, for her children, my cheeks are stained with tears. When Africa honors her elders, my head is bowed in respect. When hope for the future is brightened, Africa mourns for her victims. My hands are joined in prayer. When Africa celebrates her triumphs, my feet are alive with dancing. See the dancing we have? I am African, for her blue sky take my breath away, and my hope for the future is. I am African, for her people greet me as family and teach me the meaning of community. I am African, for her wildness crunches my spirit and bring me closer to the source of life. When the music of Africa beats in the wind, my blood flows to its rhythm. I become the essence of song. When the colors of Africa dazzle in the sun, the red, black, green, my senses drink in its rainbow, and I become the palette of nature. When the stories of Africa echoes around the fire, my feet walk in its pathway. And because the footprints of history, I become the footprints of history. I am African because it is the cradle of our birth and nature and ancient wisdom. I am African because she lived in the world's shadow and boasts with a radiant luminosity. I am an African because she is the land of tomorrow, and I recognize her gifts as secret. Ashe?
Ashe.
To emphasize that, and I'm not going to talk long, but just bring to the point, Africa is rising, people. Is rising, and we African must be on board. Liberation of Africa is also the liberation of the African diaspora. those of us in the Caribbean, North, Central, South America, there's over 300, well, me put this with some figures say 200 to 300 African, some speaking Spanish, some speaking English, some speaking Dutch. Here in the Western Hemisphere, Africa is alive and well in the West. Not just in Africa, over here also. That's where we are still around, people. Africa, like Sister Linda Wee said, consists of 30% of the earth's key resources, you know. You get people going, all kind of country going in. United States, Europe, United Arab country, you know, Russia, China, everybody going to Africa. But here the question, where are the Africans coming to Africa? So that we could control the resources, so that we could develop ourselves, and whatever we have left over, we could share with the rest of the world. So this is serious thing. Africa is the second largest continent, right? That's what they say, that's what they tell us.
Yes.
3 times the size of the United States, you know. The United States, it can't beat Africa in size. 3 times.
True.
And have either the second or the third largest population, 1.5 billion. Okay, he says second, billion people. You understand? And you try and tell me we as African over here in the Western Hemisphere, we want to identify 1.5 billion people? And Africa is the youngest continent? Yes, have the youngest population. So imagine those youngsters get their history, culture, and origin. They're going to tell you something that is going to propel Africa to stand on its own 2 feet.
Yes.
It's on its own 2 feet. Africa got the oldest history, the oldest culture, and we ain't trying to be superior or anything. That's the fact.
That's the reality.
That's what them European scientists tell us and things, you know what I mean? Africa is the cradle of humanity.
Civilization.
So-called Lucy, they call the apostle so-called Lucy, right? But she's the mother of all nationality, call her, and so forth. An African woman. You understand? Africa is the cradle of civilization.
Everything come on.
Okay, did we get light? Give we light to these people around here. Of course, they use that knowledge and abuse it, of course. You know what I mean? But Africa is on the rise, people. Africa will rise again. And I would like to take this quote from one of our Pan-Africanists, and you all know him. I have mentioned many times, Edward Wilmot Blyden. And you get Hubert H. Harrison from St. Croix. And I'd like to mention some contemporary, like Professor Jean Emmanuel. You get to mention and Lumumba Amin, a brethren of mine who passed away. Those are Pan-Africanists to the max, to the high stature. But here what Blyden say, and show you, and this was written in the late 19th century, right? And he titled it African Power. He said this: we need some African power, some great center of the race where our physical and intellectual strength may be collected. We need some spot when such an influence may go forth in behalf of the race as shall be felt by the nations. We are now so scattered and divided that we can do nothing. So long as we remain thus divided, we may expect imposition. So long as we live simply by the sufferance of the nations, we must expect to be subject in their caprice. That's Blyden. And Malcolm X, another great Pan-Africanist, said this. I take quotes from my teachers, you know. Malcolm X, Nkrumah, you name them. Marcus Garvey, who was influenced by Hubert H. Harrison and Edward Blyden. Just teaching you that. 2 great Voyage Islander, you know, influenced this great man, Marcus Garvey. Malcolm X, whose mother came from Grenada, and she was a Garveyite. Here, Malcolm X said, a strong African will produce a respected black man anywhere that black man goes on this earth. It is only with a strong Africa, an independent Africa, and a respected Africa that wherever those of African origin or African heritage or African likeness go and will be respected. I'm tired of looking at videos showing African people everywhere, Central South America, Europe, the United States, the Caribbean, even in Africa. We are being abused everywhere.
True.
And I ain't talking conspiracy theory. It's documented. So until Africa stand on its own 2 feet and control the resources and use that for the development of Africans, those at home and those abroad, I just let you know, those ain't just for the African over there, you know, if we too.
Everybody.
We didn't ask to come over here.
Woman abroad.
We was kidnapped.
True.
You know, we were snatched from Africa. So those resources is all bought right. Until Africa stand on 2 feet, no African or black man, whoever you want to call yourself, will be respected throughout the world. And when Africa stand as United States of Africa or Union Africa, watch out, we can get our reparation. It ain't just money, but other stuff, you understand? But Africa people, I just want to emphasize that in this Liberation Day, that is something, it's our shining star. I think that's a theme that we see going around. United Africa is our shining black star, our star of destiny. And it is. And Marcus Garvey put this. The whole world is our village until Africa is liberated. And it's not yet liberated. The ism and schism that we know, I'm not going to use it there because the youngsters won't understand and some people won't understand, you know, but they are alive and real. And we know we shall rise again and become strong as an African people. And I close at that, and I hope you get a message that in this time, we in the Virgin Islands, I'd like to particularly say, and agree with you, we have to fight for our self-determination. Despite what's going on in Washington or in this world, we as an African people have to fight for our self-determination. In VI history, the earliest form of our self-determination was those Maroon society, those autonomous community in St. Croix, St. Thomas, and St. John. Those Maroon society was our seed for self-determination people. St. John, 1733, we seized power for 6 consecutive months, right? I say, and our ancestors say, we want an independent state. They didn't say they want to integrate with the Danish. No, they say they want an independent state and one federation with St. John. And I leave it like that. So that spirit, people, and apparently, I probably from, most of my family from St. John. I just happen to be born over here, you know? That spirit that we must achieve our self-determination, you know? And me, God willing, with all my strength and so forth, wisdom and knowledge, we're going to fight for that day when we African here in the Virgin Islands, in the Caribbean, and elsewhere is liberated. And we really achieve independent sovereignty, right? And the control over our destiny, especially the resources that these foreign countries and powers want to exploit us. You understand? And oh yeah, she say overstand. Because we understand on that thing. Africa will rise. Again, say that, let's go. Africa will rise.
Africa will rise.
Again.
Again.
Africa will rise.
Africa will rise.
Again.
Again. Again.
As the young people them say, Amandla. Yeah. And Amandla think me freedom in South Africa, okay?
Asheo. And let's give Mr. Olney a hand. And we just got joined by Senator Noble Francis, so we'd like to recognize him on the floor too. Okay, we're getting ready to call Mary Paul, the storyteller, to the floor. And I know you're here. But so that I just did want to let you know that you see a lot of white going around. White is liberation color. And so you have to understand that it's what our Africans do. And so that goes. And Mary Paul, she has on her white. Let's go.
The mic. Check the mic.
Mic check. You ever had a neighbor that was kind but not nice?
A what?
Maybe you have them in a family. They're kind, but they're not nice. A neighbor. Well, this young lady had 4 children, and she had just such a neighbor. In fact, many neighbors to boot. She lived in a community very close, like much of our communities here in the Virgin Islands. And when you look over, you could even see into the window. I know my neighbor business because the house is right there. I could spit and touch the building. So she had this neighbor who's kind, but not nice. And sometimes they would quarrel. This is the story. She would eat in her home, and the neighbor would say, I see you. I see you left them children alone by themselves again. I don't tell you about that. Don't do that again, you know. And she would say, but something just stop. Minding my business, you little nosy, long nose, 30-foot old woman. Leave me alone. But the neighbor wouldn't leave she alone because she keep leaving her children alone. She liked to gallivant. And so she kept going out, gallivanting, leaving the children at home. And every time she come back, the neighbor say, I see you. You were out late this time, later than last time. I don't tell you already. Stop leaving them children home alone. So the 3rd time, well, probably this time, I don't know how much time that was. She come back, went out partying. She went out dancing, baby, jamba, no imagination. I can't remember which one it was, but she went there, had a grand time, lead the children home again. And the neighbor say, I'm going to call the police on you. I'm going to call everybody on your backside. If you do that again, motherfucker, call them right now. So she said, I'm so tired of these people. They're so nosy. They're out of my business. I'm going to take up my money. I'm going to the countryside, and I'm going to live there with nobody in sight. So that's exactly what she do. She moved countryside. She looked to the left. No neighbor. She looked to the right. What? No neighbor, as far as I can see, no neighbor. You think she was happy? Yes, she said, good. I could gallivant in peace. I could poil in peace, and everybody would be fine. So she tell her children, children, Minnie, remember these names? Minnie Matilda, Minnie Pooh, and Crocodile. I'm going to teach you this song. So when I go gallivanting and I come back, when I rap on the door and I sing this song, you're going to know it's me. Okay? Let's learn the song. Minnie, come here. Minnie Matilda, come here. Minnie Pooh, come here. But Crocodile, stay there. Okay, so they sing the song. Yes, mommy, I learned the song now. Okay, children, we're going to go. I'm going to go. You're going to be here. You're going to be fine. She went out her business, and she sang the song to them. They practiced, and guess who was listening? All up in the corner was a wolf man listening. And he said, that's going to be some easy pickings. He went by the door. Knock, knock, knock. Winnie, come here. Winnie Matilda, come here.
Winnie Matilda, come here.
Winnie Pooh, come here.
Winnie Pooh, come here.
But Crocodile, stay there.
Crocodile, stay there.
Who that is? That's my mother. That's my mother. We're going to open the door. That's not our mother. And then the wolfman said, I have to do something about this. So he went down to the blacksmith, far out from the country, and said, listen, hey, you hurry up, because you're going to have to hit my tongue. You're going to have to hit my tongue so hard. And blacksmith said, hit your tongue? Why are you going to hit your... My son, hit my tongue. Back in there, in fact, hit my throat if you have to. Just hit it hard. And so the blacksmith said, okay. And hit his tongue, and he got, and he got his voice high pitched, and he run back to the house. Let's sing. Minnie, Minnie, come here.
Minnie, Minnie, come here.
Minnie Matilda, come here.
Minnie Matilda, come here.
Minnie Pooh, come here.
Minnie Pooh, come here.
But Crocodile, stay there.
But Crocodile, stay there.
And the children said, Mommy, oh my God. And they went and opened the door, and the wolfman said, hum, hum, hum. And each of them closed the door. Man, I too full, I can't get another one. I gonna not eat for a long time. And went about his business. Who come back? Miss Galavant and Mommy. Winnie, Winnie, come here.
Winnie, Winnie, come here.
Winnie Matilda, come here.
Winnie Matilda, come here.
Winnie Pooh, come here.
Winnie Pooh, come here.
But Crocodile, stay there.
Crocodile, stay there.
And she must have sing that song 3 times, and her children ain't come out. What's going on here? Let me try something different. Winnie, Winnie, come here.
Winnie, Winnie, come here.
Winnie Matilda, come here.
Winnie Matilda, come here.
Winnie Pooh, come here.
Winnie Pooh, come here.
But Crocodile, come here.
Crocodile, come here.
Me, Mommy, you calling? And Crocodile went to the door, Mommy, you calling me? You calling me? Yes, where my 3 beautiful girls? Where are my 3 other children? Where are they? Well, Mommy, the wolfman come to the door and he has sing it just like you. Same pitch and voice and everything sung just like you. So they open the door and they get eat up. Oh my God. Oh my God. She started bawling. I should have never leave the tongue with my neighbors then. I should have never leave. I should have leave the nosy neighbors. Watch my children now. I lose my 3 good looking children. So she take carbolic soap and she bathe up Crocodile. Take oil and oil on Crocodile, comb up Crocodile hair, and now, of course, beautiful as ever. What do you think she do? Move back to the town and said, neighbor, I'm so sorry, can you watch my child for me as I go out and about and go buy you some bread? The next, godmother, please watch my child for me. Oh, you're going Gallivant? No, I'm going Gallivant no more. I'm just going to the store. Wheel Ben? Did you get it? Did you get the point? Yes. Who know the point? One person. Stay in community, right? Yes. All right, Africa stayed in community. One more story. We have one more time for one more story? Yes. Awesome. My favorite character is who? Bro Nancy. That's our own favorite too, right? Yes. Aha. Well, on top of being a trickster, on top of all the things we know about him, trickster, he think he clever, all these things, he was very, very greedy and broke. So this morning he get up, my son, I ain't get no money and I ain't got a thing to do. But he really goes, oh God, but I'm hungry. Boy, I'm hungry. Well, I guess I'm gonna just have to steal today. I mean, it's not too bad. I'm going to go down by the Farmer Joe, and I'm just going to take a little something. So he go down to the farm, and he said, oh, them pigeon peas looking real good. And there's so much of them. I'm just going to take just one little one. So he eat, my son, that was good. That's just one. But take another, and another. And by the time he look out, his belly's so full, he said, oh, God, eat up the whole man pigeon peas. Let me go out his farm, boy, he run away. The farmer come down. Oh, who take all my pigeon peas? It's only about one person who take my pigeon peas, you know. I get him good. Second day, and as he come down, he see the tomatoes, the nice round cherry, you know, the grape and the cherry tomatoes, the nice and sweet. My son, he pop one, he mouth, refreshing. Pop another one, My son, Nancy had a good time. He even trained up and he catched it with him out. Oh, he having a good time eating that tomato. By the time he look out, all the tomato gone. He gone about his business. I got to go overdo it this time again. Farmer come down. Oh, my tomato them. My tomato and my pigeon peas. And so this time, and Nancy say, I not overdo it last 2 times. I want to go back in the daytime again. Now, this time I'm going to go back in the nighttime. And so he went down, he stepped in quietly. Don't want to make too much noise, but, you know, nobody in here, so he ain't worried. And what he see, some figure, look like a man, ain't a farmer, but who are you? So, good night. You just gonna stand up there and don't say nothing? And the figure say, nothing, just to watch you so. So, me and you wake up in the same bed? You going to say good night? You gonna say good night to what? And he just stay right there. And Nancy say, don't worry, I guess something gonna make you talk. I guess something gonna make you talk. And he slapped Tar Baby and the hand stuck right there. Oh, you like to hold man hand? I got left hand. And he hit Tar Baby again. Oh, you're holding two hands. My right hand, my left hand, I get her right foot. And he kicked Tar Baby and get stuck so. Oh, I get something better for you. And harder. And he took his head and he hit Tar Baby. And he get stuck both hand, foot, and head. And now, who he had coming in the distance? Farmer Joe. And Farmer Joe come, and he said, Farmer Joe, I know I look like, don't worry, please, take it easy on me. And Farmer Joe keep coming, I got something for you. But Farmer Joe, oh God, Farmer Joe, you gonna pitch me in that tree over there? Farmer Joe, you gonna pitch me in that tree? Don't pitch me in the tree, please, Farmer Joe, I don't want to go in the tree. Farmer say, don't want to go in the tree, and he peel off, and Nancy, and pitch him in the tree. And when he landed in the tree, and Nancy say, ha, I catch you good. Wheel bend, story end. And that's when I see some spiders in the tree to this day. Thank you so much. I am Marie Paul.
We always like a good Nancy story. Ashe.
We're going to do Queen Mary.
Okay, right now, we're getting ready for the Echo people to do the heritage tribute.
Yes, greetings again, ladies and gentlemen. We are the Echo people. We echo the sounds of the diaspora, east, west, and north and south of the entire planet. These two next songs is original by me. This first one is called Queen Mary. The next one is called Slavery. So we go. Queen Mary, where you going, go born. Queen Mary, where you going, go born, girl. General Bodo, where are you going, go born, she say. Don't ask me no question. What been done, oh, Queen Mary, where you going, go born. Queen Mary, where you going, go born, girl. General Bodo, where you going, go born. Queen Agnes, where you going, go born. Queen Befu, where you going, go born. It was round the time of the Labor Act and me people had to react. Oh, Queen Mary, where you going, go born. Queen Agnes, where you going, go born, girl. General Bodo, where you going, go born. Don't ask me no question. What been done, oh, Queen Mary, where you going, go born. Queen Agnes, where you going, go born. General Bodo, where are you going, go born. Liberation, emancipation, right about now we getting our freedom. Queen Mary, where you going, go born. Queen Mary, where you going, go born, girl. General Bodo, where are you going, go born. Tingity wap, tingity wap, tingity wap, 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 wap. Tingity wap, tingity wap, tingity wap, 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 wap. And I tell you, Queen Mary, where you going? Queen Mary, where you going, go born, girl. General Bodo, where you going, go born. It was round the time of the Labor Act and me people had to react. Oh, Queen Mary, where you going, go born. Queen Agnes, where you going, go born. Queen
Matilda, where are you going go bun? Don't ask me no question, now it's fire burn. Queen Mary, where you going go? Queen Mary, where you going go bun? Queen Mary, where are you going go bun? Tingity wap, tingity wap, tingity wap, 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 wap. Tingity wap, tingity wap, tingity wap, wap, wap. Pam, panadam, pam, pam, pam. Thank you. This next one is called Slavery. Pay attention to the words. Thank you.
But I wanted to give you a compliment. You just called our ancestors totally out.
Give thanks. Give thanks.
Ashe.
Ashe. This one is called Slavery. It was slavery. It was slavery. It was slavery. It was slavery. Them things affected we psychologically, mentally, and spiritually. But it was slavery. 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 It was slavery. I can still see it in the descendant of the slave driver. I can still see it in my black brothers and sisters and kings and queens of Africa. It was slavery. 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 It was slavery. Some of us only want to hear about Coco Lily. Coco Lily, Lily, Coco Lily. Coco Lily. Coco Lily. Coco Lily, Lily, Coco Lily. Coco Lily. Coco Lily. But it was slavery. It was slavery. It was slavery. It was slavery. Some people don't want to talk about no slavery. Some say it's negativity, but it's history. It is history about you and me. It was slavery. 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 It was slavery. I can still see it in the descendant of the slave driver. I can still feel it and see it in my black brothers and sisters of Africa. It was slavery. 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 It was slavery. Them things affected we psychologically, mentally, and spiritually. But it was slavery. 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 It was slavery. Them things affected we psychologically, mentally, and spiritually. It was slavery. It was slavery. It was slavery. It was slavery. That's some of our history about you and me. Some people don't want to hear us see. It was slavery. But it was slavery. 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 It was slavery. Some people only want to hear about Coco Lily. Coco Lily, Lily, Coco Lily. Coco Lily, Lily, Coco Lily. Coco Lily. Coco Lily. Coco Lily. Coco Lily. But it was slavery. 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 It was 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 slavery. Again, those are originals, okay? Originals, okay?
Okay.
One love. Ashe.
Ashe.
Thank you.
I'm going to give the audience a quiz. You know the drums that are beaten? They're out of Africa. So you need to know the different drums. What is Djembe? And what is that one there?
That's a conga.
That's a conga.
And then you got a different type. You got the funde, you got the djembe.
Okay. Yeah.
And those are more like Nyabingi, but the djembe is really out of West Africa. This drum is what they use is to send messages from mountains to mountains.
Yes.
It's very
That's
much a
how
part
they
of our culture.
communicated. And when our ancestors got here and they got upset about the drums, what did we turn into and what did we learn how to use? The pan. Yes. So that is just a little education for you to be able to know, because you need to know how we got the Pan-African to steel band.
You mind if I say something?
Go ahead.
And again, we weren't allowed to play drums. We weren't allowed to dance. We could not do none of that. Once you get over here from Africa, it were more than 11 million brothers and sisters abducted from Africa. And not just Africa. That was just the Gold Coast. More West Africa. We talking Ghana, Benin Faso, Senegal, Nigeria. What happened to the rest of Africa? Imagine, you know, more than 9 million people were abducted, taken from their home. They weren't just like, hey, let's go over there. They took them just like people will come up to them and say, hey, 3 people just get abducted. What about our more than 11 million people that was abducted, forcibly brought over here, placed into slavery? When a person come over here and was placed into slavery, once they got to the Caribbean, it's 10 years was the longest they lived. They didn't just had casual slavery like a servant. They had brutal slavery, chattel slavery. That means you walk from sunset to sundown. So from sunup to sundown, you know? But just to give a little bit of history, and feel free, other people, I'm sure there are other individuals here who want to stress certain things and what happened to us. We need to speak about these things. Now is our time. Africa is rising. Please feel free.
Oh, that is serious. Yes.
Ashe.
Okay, we're getting ready to do I needed to double check if we needed to deal on the honorees, or you dealing on that afterwards? The honorees. No? Okay. All right, we're getting ready to do the raising of the flag, but before you come in, you can come in, but I'd like to give you all just a little simple quiz.
Quiz?
What are the colors of the flag and what do they mean? Speak up. Speak up. Speak up.
Yeah, man, come on.
Yes. And our people were trafficked here because we were enslaved, but we were trafficked. So right now we have the raising of the flag, the South African national anthem, Nico Sikilia, Africa, and okay, y'all have to give me your names because I am not good at pronouncing all these different names.
Yeah, that's
Shemalia,
Nikisha.
Nikisha, and Miss Shanika Henderson. Okay. All right, so we all have to stand. The flag is going to be raised. And they're going to be singing the God Bless Africa.
Yeah. Kosisikeli Afrika Manu pakani supono wayo
izwani midanzo so esu kosi sikelela tina usafo wayo morena boluka sejabasa Jesu ufetisiden wale mache hu o seboluke u seboluke sejabasa Jesu sejabasa South Africa, South Africa.
And is the flag raised? Yes, it is. It's going up. All right. So we have the flag raised. We did our little quiz. We know who we are and where we're going to go. And the one thing that we do know, until all areas of the diaspora and Africa are free, we still have to keep African liberation going. Okay, and so my closing remarks is pay attention to your booklet because your booklet has some information in it that you need to know that is in there. And we'd like to say special thanks to the Honorable Milton E. Potter, the fantastic Felicia Blake, Liba Olani, the Pan-African Support Group, ECHO People, Javon Otley, Karel A. Shinnery. I got that right? I don't know. Diane Cruz, Oma Hicks, Office of the Executive Director, Executive Facilities Division, Legislature Public Affairs, Love Living, Malik Thomas, Mariel Paul, Jason Mead Sr., Reverend Charles Brown, who's going to be coming on soon, and Seco Cultural Group, Body Talk Wisdom Moves, Miss Lenonese Mercer, and I always get your name wrong, Lidwin Sewer Francis, Nikisha Amy, and Shamal Lee Penfeather. And let's give everybody a round of applause for African Liberation Day. And the whole main thing that you need to know is our ancestors' strength is our strength. So always remember that.
May the God who connects us with our ancestors be with us in this struggle. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be ever at your back. May the sun shine warm upon each of your faces and the rain fall softly on your fields. And until we meet again, may Jehovah hold you in the hollow of his hand. Ashe.
Ashe.
And that concludes our program. Let's drum our way out of here. But ashe, ashe, ashe.
Ashe.